Let's bring in Nationals MP Keith Pitt, joining us live from Sydney tonight. Good to talk to you, Keith. Let's go to Albo first. I'll get to energy in a moment, but let's go to Albo and the flights. Well, what do you see as the key question for him to answer?
Chris, I saw your intro and you missed one. The cone of silence from Get Smart. Maybe the call was made inside of that. But, mate, you've been around a while. When mud's flying and mud's being slung, everyone gets sprayed. And in politics, I think everyone's going to take a hit here. And there'll be lots of people declaring upgrades, I think, over coming days and weeks. I don't think I've got any from what I can remember, but I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of flights. And you know, the Australian people, they'll work this out. They'll decide whether they are happy with the Prime Minister or not. When the election comes around, they won't forget. Yeah,
well, I think the damage has been done to him already. And you're right, all politicians, and there'll be some who have got snouts in the trough, we all know that. And they're trying to smear Peter Dutton because he got a lift from a private jet from Gina Reinhardt. But that's all declared and that's up front, and that's the whole point. But what smells about this is a Transport Minister getting upgrades to private travel, and of course the fact that he's asked for it. Now, he said now through these not in front of the cameras, but through lots of answers from him and his office to various media organisations, it seems like he is denied at any time either he or his office requesting an upgrade from anyone at Qantas. So it's a pretty complete denial now, isn't it? So do you just move on unless someone comes up with something to contradict that?
Well, under the ministerial standards when you're in government, that's clearly something you can't do. Now, whether that's retrospective and there's something that can happen 10 years down the track, the short answer is I don't know. But I think this one stinks, and it's just another in the long list of challenges that the federal Labor government have in terms of their reputation. And never forget, Chris, the important stuff that's going on, no one's talking about that at all. Cost of living, power prices, people who can't get a house, people who can't afford a house. Yeah, well, I want to get to power prices. Talking about in these debates.
You heard what I had to say about subsidies and how our system is replete with them now, trying to drive the switch to renewables. There's been reports out today showing that wholesale electricity prices went up dramatically in winter. That could push up power prices, the next round of power price increases. I note that those power price increases were steepest in South Australia, yet again. This is the state with the highest penetration of renewables. When are we going to actually admit that putting more and more renewables in is not driving prices down?
Well, firstly, that's not an admission Chris Bowen's ever going to make, but it's obvious that these are the facts. Where there is more intermittent wind and solar, the price is higher. It's not cheaper. And the wholesale price is much higher, and that will flow on to retail prices next year. And I did the same sums in terms of subsidy. I got to $27.5 billion. So that's about right. I can build a lot of power stations with $27 billion, Chris. I think they should set one up for me and I'll go and do it.
Yeah, it's just incredible, the amount of money. This is the thing. There's a lot of focus on the cost of nuclear, which there should be, but no one's costing what we're doing at the moment, which is just, eye-watering. Thanks for joining us, Keith. Happy Halloween.
Well, great to be with you, and thanks.